Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and in this video I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD pre-orders and announcements from March 17th, 2023. Now keep in mind release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retailer exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also, be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. M. Night Shyamalan's latest film, Knock at the Cabin, is going to be coming out on May 9th. It will have a slipcover edition available locally and at online retailers and a Best Buy exclusive steelbook. It will support both HDR, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos for the audio. Both editions are currently up for pre-order. On May 16th, Paramount will be releasing the 2003 version of The Italian Job on 4K. Now, a slipcover edition will be available. It is currently up for pre-order at online retailers. There also appears to be a steelbook edition, but it's only up for sale as of this recording over at Best Buy, but I do not believe it is exclusive to Best Buy, so other online retailers may be carrying this as well. It is expected to have HDR and Dolby Vision for the grading and the same DTS audio track from the previous Blu-ray. A slipcover edition of Mark Wahlberg and Shooter is also going to be available on May 16th. The steelbook was released on 4K last year, but now slipcover fans will have this one to pick up as well. It will have HDR and Dolby Vision from the previous release and DTS audio. Best Buy has currently up for pre-order the 4K steelbook edition of Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which as of this recording just went into theaters. Now I'm seeing reports that May 16th will be the release date. I probably would expect this to change, but a slipcover edition will also be available whenever the release date is announced. HDR and Dolby Vision are expected, and Dolby Atmos for the audio. When everything becomes official, I will update that in a future video. It is reported that on May 23rd, the Jerry Lewis version of The Nutty Professor is coming to 4K. I believe this is going to be a Paramount release, so expect HDR and Dolby Vision and the DTS audio from the previous release. Sony is once again re-releasing one of their films, this time with Dolby Vision upgrades, as Cliffhanger is coming on May 30th. This non-exclusive steelbook edition will have HDR and Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos audio from the previous release. This is currently up for pre-order over at various online retailers. Severin has announced that the 4K edition of Drowning by Numbers is coming on May 30th. Now, they weren't really official on whether this is getting HDR or not. I suspect it isn't, but it will be getting DTS for the audio. It's also being reported that Clear and Present Danger, another of the Jack Ryan films, is making its way to 4K, and the release date will be June 6th. With the previous releases, expect HDR and Dolby Vision and Dolby True HD for the audio mix. On June 6th, the Criterion Collection has announced that The Rules of the Game is coming to 4K. Unfortunately, it will not include any HDR grading per the Criterion website, but, it's still going to be a worthwhile upgrade in my opinion. On June 13th, it looks like the 4K edition of the 1981 version of Scream is coming to 4K. Tech specs have not been officially announced, so no word yet if HDR will be included. The Criterion Collection announced that on June 13th, director Terry Gilliam's film Time Bandits is coming to 4K. They seem to be loving the director's movies, and the 4K treatment is always welcome. And per the Criterion website, HDR and Dolby Vision will be included with this release and DTS for the audio. At this rate, I'm fully expecting a 4K edition of Brazil to come sometime, hopefully in the near future. A pair of Tom Cruise films are getting the 4K treatment on June 20th. First up, Vanilla Sky from director Cameron Crowe will be arriving on the format. HDR and Dolby Vision are expected, and DTS for the audio. And next up, The Firm starring Tom Cruise will also be coming to 4K. No word yet on tech specs on either of these films, but once again, I expect full HDR and Dolby Vision, and for The Firm, Dolby True HD audio. Sony announced that on June 20th, the 4K steelbook edition of the original Insidious is coming to 4K. HDR and Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos audio are going to be included with this release. I have to say, this is a very welcome surprise. I always love good horror arriving on the 4K format. On June 26th, Indicator will have a limited edition run of Blackmagic Rights on 4K. Per the tech specs, HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS for the audio. Also on the same day, the 4K edition of Cold Eyes of Fear will be available. This is another limited edition, and both of these titles are going to be available as part of Indicator's limited edition run. Warner Brothers is reportedly prepping the original National Lampoon's Vacation for 4K, and the release date is rumored to be on July 4th. No tech specs or cover art have been announced, but when everything becomes official, I will update that in a future video. This one has been in the pipeline reportedly for many years, and it looks like a 4K edition of the 2012 version of Les Miserables is finally coming, and the release date is reportedly going to be July 11th. Stay tuned to the channel for official word when this becomes available for pre-order. On July 18th, Season 1 of The Last of Us is arriving on 4K. HDR and Dolby Vision are expected, and Dolby Atmos for the audio. Now, as of right now, only a standard edition is up for pre-order over at Amazon, but I think a steelbook will also be made available. There's one going to be up for sale over in the UK, so I expect a US release to also follow. Now, I've seen rumors that the 1990 version of The Night of the Living Dead is coming to 4K sometime in 2023. We don't have any kind of details, but I think HDR and DTS audio are going to be a lock. When things become more official, I will update that in a future video. Kino Lorber is reportedly going to be releasing the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers on 4K, hopefully sometime either in 2023 or in early 2024. HDR and Dolby Vision, I believe, were announced, as well as DTS for the audio. So the Abyss Watch is back with an actual major update for this week. So it looks like our friend Bill Hunt over at the Digital Bits had a chance to attend an event with producer John Landau. At the event, he directly asked Landau about the physical releases of not only The Abyss, but True Lies, Titanic, and of course the original Avatar. Landau indicated that in 2023, all of these will be released. Now, of course, this is not official confirmation from Disney as a studio, but this is still pretty exciting news that these films are coming in 2023. I will go ahead and link the original article from Bill Hunt over at his website if you want to read and see the video for yourself. There are a couple of international 4K releases to go over, and of course there are various online retailers that are willingly able to import here to the States, and many of these 4K discs, of course, are going to be region-free, so they should have no problem playing on US players. Over at the UK, Studio Canal will be releasing The Three Musketeers on 4K. Now, I also believe that France and I think Germany also have their own versions, but of course you can order this one over at Amazon UK for easy import. And The Four Musketeers will also be arriving on the format as well on the same day. It looks like over at the UK, a 4K listing for Coca-Cola Bear will be coming sometime in the near future. I'm seeing reports that this will be released on May 9th. I don't have official confirmation on that, so as of right now, it's a to be announced. But I don't know if we're going to be getting a domestic US release for the 4K, at least not in the near future. Japan will reportedly be getting the 4K edition of High and Low on May 17th. This is currently up for pre-order over on Amazon Japan. In addition, Kagemusha is also coming to 4K, also available for pre-order. No word yet if English subtitles will be included. I kind of think they won't, but if somebody else has any confirmation, please feel free to add to the comments. On May 27th, it looks like Broker will be coming to 4K, and it will be available in Germany. HDR is included with this release, as well as DTS audio. Over at France, on June 14th, the 4K non-exclusive Steelbook edition of Hunt will be available. It is going to support both HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS for the audio. On May 20th, over at France, the 4K edition double feature of Heroic Trio and Executioners, starring Oscar winner Michelle Yeoh, will be coming to 4K. HDR and Dolby Vision are going to be included, as well as DTS audio. So those are the new 4K Ultra HD pre-orders and announcements for Friday, March 17th, 2023. Don't forget to use the Amazon links either in the comment section below or on the channel's community page if you're interested in any of these titles. And I also want to hear from you. What are you planning to pick up that was listed in this video? And finally, a special thank you to my Patreons for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.